Hello children, how are you all? I am fine here and I expect the same from you. I am Dakshayani, handling biology from Bardasnar Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Children, today we are going to discuss 10th standard biology, chapter 12, plant anatomy and plant physiology. Right? In this chapter we are discussing about the internal structure of the plants, right? And today in this session we are going to discuss about the plastids. Okay, are you all eager to know what is plastid, children? Yes, let us see now. So what are plastids, right? Plastids are the organelles present inside the plant cell, right? So what are plastids? Plastids are the double membrane bound organelles found in the plants, and all the green color plants have the plastid chlorophyll, right? And what is the main function of the plastids? Their main function is preparation and storage of the food. What we call the preparation, children? The process by which the plant prepare their food with the help of sunlight is called as a photosynthesis. Yes, and now based on their color, the plastids are divisible into three categories, right? And let us see now the first one, the green color plastids, we call it as we call as chloroplast. Mostly in almost all the green color parts of the plant, we see many plants are green in color, right? That is due to the presence of the chlorophyll. And some ornamental plants are in very attractive colors such as orange, red or yellow. That is due to the presence of the pigment called chromoplast. What is it, children? Chromoplast is an important NTSC question, children. They may ask you, the plant is reddish in color, identify the pigment which is present in it, right? And some plants, they possess the colorless plastids. Such plastids we call it as leucoplast. So from this I will ask you the question, children. Yes, what is the process of preparation of food called? Yes, Sneha, yes, very good. What is the answer? Photosynthesis. Yes, the preparation and storage of the food is by the process photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, yes, very good. And Arun, I will ask you one more question. What are the green color plastids called? Yes, very good. Chlorophyll, yes, very good. Chloroplast, yes, green color pigment. Green color plastid, chloroplast, and it has a green color pigment chlorophyll. Yes, very good. And next we are going to study about the chloroplast only, because majority of the plants are green in color, and in next topic we are going to discuss about the chloroplast. Structure of chloroplast. Okay, so this is the diagram of the chloroplast, children. Just look at this diagram and take a notebook, draw this diagram, and now we are going to mark the parts, and later we are going to study about their functions, right? And just look at this is a chloroplast, and we are going to study what is present inside the chloroplast. And chloroplast has two membranes. What is this? It has two membranes. This is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane. What is the first part, children? Outer membrane. And next one is the inner membrane. And between the outer and the inner, there is some space is there, right? So that we call it as intermembranal space. What we call intermembranal space. Right, so this week together these three parts we call it as a envelope. So the covering of the chloroplast we call it as an envelope, and it consists of three parts: outer membrane, inner membrane, and in between them it is called as a intermembranal space. And now inside to the envelope, the entire thing we call it as a matrix. What we call inside this, we call this as a outside, inside the matrix we call it as stroma. So this is the stroma. Stroma, it consists of ribosomes, it consists of the genetic material DNA, and there you see, children, here there are some structures like this, right? Like this. If we arrange coins one above the other, it looks like this, right? So the single structure we call it as thylakoid membrane. What we call? Thylakoid. Thylakoid. Thylakoid membrane. A single layer, single disc-like structure, we call it as a thylakoid membrane, and when it is arranged one above the other, it looks like a bunch of coins, right? So that we call it as a grana. This entire structure we call it as a grana. So children, the single disc-like structure, thylakoid, and when it is arranged one above the other in form of coins, we call it as a grana. In singular we can say it as a grana. And here each grana are connected to each other. For example, this is a grana and it is connected to another grana by means of some connections, right? So this pale green color connections, these we call it as a Fret channels. What we call? Fret. F-R-E-T. Fret channels. So it's an important question, children. Draw the diagram of the chloroplast and label its parts. It's an important question. We can expect these questions in the public exams too, right? So we discussed about the diagram, how to draw it and how to label it. And now we are going to study about the function, that is the structure of the chloroplast. We can recall it and we can study about their function. And so next we are going to study about the structure. I told you why it is green in color. The chloroplasts are green in color due to the presence of the chlorophyll, right? And chloroplast, what is the size? We studied about this structure, no children. The diameter is about 2 to 10 micrometer and the thickness is about 1 to 2 micrometer. And envelope, I told you what are all the things present in the envelope? What are all the things? Yes, outer membrane, inner membrane, and inner to them, between them intermembranal space. So these things we already discussed during the structure. So from this an important questions may ask, what is the size of the chloroplast? What is the size, children? The diameter is about 2 to 10 micrometer. We can write like this, micrometer, like this also, right? And the thickness, what is the diameter? For example, if this is a chloroplast, the diameter, this is the diameter and this is the thickness. So the diameter is about 2 to 10 micrometer and the thickness is about 1 to 2 micrometer. And next we are going to discuss about the thylakoid membrane and the inner structures, right? And so thylakoids and then grana, right? What is a thylakoid, children? I told you, the disc-like structure present inside the chloroplast. Disc-like structure, we call it as a thylakoid membrane, right? And when it is arranged one above the other, we call it as a grana. And what is grana? The stalks, they are interconnected. If the thylakoid membrane is arranged one above the other, we call it as a grana, and each grana are connected to each other by means of Fret channels. And thylakoid membrane, if you take a thylakoid membrane, it is said to be the thylakoid outer covering thylakoid membrane, and inner we can see one empty cavity. It is called as a thylakoid lumen, right? So we discussed about the internal structure of the chloroplast, right? And now we are going to study about the functions of the chloroplast, right, children? The chloroplast functions are of many, there are many functions. We are going to discuss only about the photosynthesis in this next session. And first, what is the first function? Photosynthesis. And next one, it stores the starch. So as a result of photosynthesis, what is formed? Food is formed, right? So storing the food is also the function of the chloroplast. And synthesis of fatty acids. What do you mean by synthesis? Synthesis means formation, yes, very good. And then storing of them, storing of lipids, lipids refers to the fats, lipids refers to fats. So storing of fats, so production of fats, storing of the fats, production of starch and then storing of the starch, and the formation of the chloroplast, that is a chlorophyll, pigment, everything are the functions of the chloroplast. And now we are going to study about the first function, photosynthesis. So what is photosynthesis, children? Why it is given the name as photosynthesis? Photo means light. Photo means light. Since the plant prepare their food, what is the light? Yes, this is sunlight. Since the plant prepare their food with the help of the sunlight, we call it as a photo. And synthesis means to build or to form, right? So synthesis means to build or to form. And now we are going to study about the overall equation of the photosynthesis. A very important question, children. It is also the book back question also. Just Arun, just listen to the class and answer my questions. Next. So now we are going to discuss about the overall equation of the photosynthesis. Right, children? So carbon dioxide. Right? Plants uses the carbon dioxide. How the carbon dioxide is produced? We breathe out carbon dioxide and all the animals breathe out carbon dioxide. So plants absorb the carbon dioxide and with the help of water. How do the plants get water? From the root. So 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 12 molecules of water and in the presence of light. Light means sunlight, and with the help of the plant enzymes and with the help of the chlorophyll, plants prepare glucose, right? What is the formula for glucose? C6H12O6, right? It's an important question, children. C6H12O6, that is the glucose consists of carbon, hydrogen and the oxygen, and it produces what do we get from the plants? Yes, plants gives out oxygen. Yes, 6 molecules of oxygen is given out and 6 molecules of water is liberated. So overall equation of the photosynthesis, a very important question, children. Just repeat the equation. Say along with me, children. 6 molecules of 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O in the presence of sunlight gives C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6 H2O. Very good, children, very good. And next we are going to study about the pigments, right? We are going to see where the photosynthesis occur and what are all the pigments involved in it, right? And so where does photosynthesis occur? Photosynthesis occurs in almost all the green parts of the plant. You take a plant, children. What are all the parts? It looks green in color. Yes, very good. Yes. Dhanush, yes, very good. What is the first one? Yes. Stem, leaves and sometimes the floral buds also looks green in color. Yes. So almost all the green parts of the plant are involved in photosynthesis. And next we are going to discuss about the photosynthesis, right? And so the pigment which is involved in photosynthesis, we call it as photosynthetic pigments, right? And there are two pigments. One is the primary pigment and another one is the accessory pigment. What is the primary pigment? The primary pigment absorbs the sunlight, right? Absorbs the energy from the light. So it is said to be a primary pigment. And what is a primary pigment? Chlorophyll. Yeah, it's an important one more question, children. Identify which of the following is a primary pigment. Identify which of the following is a accessory pigment. And why this chlorophyll B and carotenoids are called as accessory pigment? Because they transfer their energy to the primary pigment. Since they help the primary pigment, they are said to be the accessory pigments. Yes, children, from this they may ask some important NTNC question may ask why it is called as a primary, why it is called as a accessory, and this both primary and the accessory pigments together forms a photosystems. In higher classes you may study about the photosystem 1, photosystem 2, right, TCA cycle. It will be very helpful in your higher classes. And later, and now we are going to study about the what is the role of sunlight, right? And so plants respire 2 times, children. Reactions takes place during the light and also in the absence of the light. So since it takes place in the presence of light, it is said to be light dependent. Light reaction is a light dependent reaction and it is also called as a Hill reaction. I will tell you why it is called as a Hill reaction. And light independent, in the absence of light, that is during the night time, one reaction takes place, that is said to be dark reaction, and it is said to be the Calvin cycle. So now let us see why it is called as Hill reaction and why it is called as a Calvin cycle. So he is a Robin Hill, right? He is a person who found that light dependent reaction, that is a light reaction. Hence after his name it was named as a Hill reaction. And Melvin Calvin, so after naming, so in his name we name it as a Calvin cycle. So from this they may ask a question, children, what are the other names of the light reaction? Light dependent reaction, or it is also said to be Hill reaction since it is invented by Robin Hill. And what are the other names of dark reaction? Light independent. What do you mean independent? They do not depend. India is an independent country, that is we don't depend on anyone, right? So light independent, they do not, right? And then like dark reaction and Calvin cycle, since it was discovered by Calvin, it is said to be the Calvin cycle. And now we are going to see the comparison between the light and the dark reaction, right? In your book it is given as a paragraph, children. Here we are going to study it as a tabular column, so it will be very clear for understanding, right? And now first one, what is the other name of light reaction? Hill reaction. Since it was discovered by Robin Hill, it is said to be Hill reaction. And what is the other name of dark reaction? Calvin cycle. So Calvin cycle. And here the first condition is that it is the light is required. Here in the dark reaction light is not required. So since light is required, it is said to be light dependent. Light dependent. And here light is not required. It takes place in the absence of the light. So here it is said to be light independent. Independent. And here what is water is required? So water is required, carbon dioxide is not required. And here water is not required but carbon dioxide is required. It is a quite opposite, children. And here site of reaction, here it takes place in the grana. We studied in the chloroplast, thylakoid membrane is there, right? Thylakoid together form a grana. So light reaction takes place in the grana, that is in the thylakoid membrane. And after this reaction the energy produced comes out into the stroma, that is outer to the thylakoid, we call it as a stroma. So here in light reaction takes place in the grana of the chloroplast and the dark reaction takes place in the stroma of the chloroplast. And here what is required? Water is required and ADP, adenosine diphosphate is required. And adenosine diphosphate, two molecules of phosphate reacts with another phosphate to form adenosine triphosphate, that is ATP. And NAD becomes NADPH, that is nicotinamide adenine diphosphate. And here what is used, children? Here the energy produced here, what is produced here? ATP is produced, NADPH is produced, and here the dark reaction uses this energy because the light reaction uses the sunlight. In the absence of sunlight, the dark reaction takes place with the products of the light reaction, what is obtained during the light reaction. So the products of the products of the light reaction become the reactants of the dark reaction. And here what is produced? Yes, sugar molecule glucose is produced. And here the source of energy is light, it directly absorbs the sunlight, energy from the sunlight. Here what is the source? ATP which is produced during the light reaction. It's an important question, children. So light dependent, light independent, it takes place in the grana, it takes place in the stroma. Here ADP and water is used as a product. And what is a reactant? What is a product? ATP. Here what is a product? ATP obtained from the light reaction. And what is the reactant and what is a product? Carbon, that is 3 molecules of carbon, that is sugar. And here light energy is the main source and here ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is a main source. Okay. And now we are going to see, we studied through the difference, right? And now we are going to see the diagrammatic explanation of the light and the dark reaction. Inside the chloroplast, children, just look at this picture. inside this is the chloroplast, and here light reaction. What is the source of light reaction? Yes, sunlight and water. Sunlight and water, and light reaction takes place in the thylakoid membrane. And what it produced? It produced oxygen, and it produces ADP and phosphate, diphosphate. If you add one more phosphate, it becomes triphosphate. So ADP is converted into ATP. And now we come to the dark reaction. Dark reaction, we call it as Calvin cycle. Yes, what it uses the ATP and it uses the carbon dioxide, and where it takes place? It takes place in the stroma. And what it produces, children? It produces sugar, that is a glucose. So this is the diagrammatic explanation how the dark reaction and the light reaction takes place inside the chloroplast. Yes, very clear, children. And next, and now we are going to study about some of the important abbreviations, children. First one, ATP. Just note down in your notebook. It is given in your more to know boxes. ATP, adenosine triphosphate, adenosine triphosphate. And next, ADP, adenosine diphosphate, right? Adenosine diphosphate is a product of light reaction. It is a reactant of light reaction, and ATP, it is a reactant of dark reaction. And next abbreviation is that NAD. What is NAD? Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. And the next one is NADP, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Same, it's very easy, children. I will say how to just recall. Here ADP means diphosphate, ATP triphosphate. Only one phosphate molecule is a difference. And here nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, NAD. If you add a phosphate, it becomes nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, right? And these are the important abbreviations. It comes as in 2 more question, children. And next, and now we are going to study about the what are the factors affecting the photosynthesis. There are 2 factors, internal and the external factors, right? Internal factors in the sense which is present inside the plant itself. First one is a pigment, children, right? If the pigment is absent, if chlorophyll is absent, what will happen? Photosynthesis will not take place, right? Leaf age. In the aged leaf, the number of pigments will be very less. So leaf age is also the factor responsible for photosynthesis. And another one is accumulation of carbon dioxide. What I mean by accumulation? Over. If it has more than what needed, it is said to be accumulation, right? What is the need of photosynthesis, children? Producing carbohydrates. If already there are more carbohydrates in the plant, what will happen? The rate of photosynthesis will be slow. So accumulation of carbohydrates. And plant hormones are also necessary for photosynthesis. Plant, like human beings, plants also have some hormones, abscisic acid, many gibberellins. There are many hormones of the plant. So hormones are also necessary for the photosynthesis, internal factors. Yes. And now we are going to study about the external factors. What is the external factor, children? Yes, sunlight, temperature. Yes, light. Light is an important thing necessary for photosynthesis. So if light is absent, photosynthesis, the rate of photosynthesis will be very slow. Carbon dioxide is also needed, and temperature is an important factor, and in the absence of water, photosynthesis cannot take place, and minerals present in the water are also necessary for photosynthesis. So it's an important question, children, internal and the external factors, right? Now I will ask you some questions, right? Just listen to my questions. Yes, Arun, just answer my question. What is ADP? Yes, very good. All of you clap your hands for Dhanush. What is the answer? Adenosine diphosphate. Yes, very good. So children, with this session comes to an end. Right, with this we have attached the study material, question bank and the assessment question paper for this topic. So go through it. Parents, help your children to practice the diagrams. It's an important topics which help you in your higher classes also, children. So study well. Take a self-assessment to know how far you understood the topic. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.
Bhavani from plus 2.
I am Sandhya from plus 2.
We are participated in state level beach volleyball competition
Held at Thuthukudi.